you all. This is the exemplar for this assignment that is due in a couple weeks. This exemplar would get a low A or a high B. Overall, a good grade. It's not super creative, not super amazing. I didn't put a huge ton of effort into it, but this presentation would get an A or a B. So use it as an example for what you could do, maybe take some ideas from it. So the structure of this is I created a Google Slides, and then I used a program called Loom to record this video. You could use other things like Screencastify or use the record feature on your Chromebook. However it is, this is what I chose to do to give information. All right, so I'm going to begin my presentation. My presentation is about the afterlife in The Good Place and in Upload. So to introduce the shows, The Good Place is a TV show that was aired on NBC. It's now currently available on Netflix. It is a show about Eleanor Shellstrop, who is a character from Arizona who winds up dying in a parking lot and ends up in what is referred to in the show as the good place. She encounters lots of characters and she figures out that she is not supposed to be there. There are other twists that happen throughout the show. Whereas Upload is about a male character who ends up dying unexpectedly in the future, and his brain is uploaded into a different type of afterlife. So The Good Place, I already mentioned Eleanor, has lots of different characters, and the characters are different from Upload, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. So the characters on The Good Place are, we have Eleanor, who I already mentioned, and we learn Jason in the next few episodes is also not supposed to be there. He is a very flawed character. We also have Chidi, who is also a flawed character. These characters are complicated and weird and a little silly at times. Janet is not a person. Janet is more like a computer system or something like that, or an angel. She is not a real person. She is not dead. But none of these people are on Earth at all. The Good Place is an afterlife. The entire show is set in the afterlife. All right, the Upload characters. So we have some that are living and some that are dead. I honestly cannot remember this guy's name right now, but the main character is this gentleman right here. It'll come to me in a second. And he dies unexpectedly in a car accident. It's set in the future. I already mentioned that. So it shouldn't have happened. And there's lots of twists, just like in The Good Place. There's lots of twists and things that happen. Then you have his girlfriend, who is currently the one paying for him to go to the afterlife. She is alive. And then just like Janet in The Good Place, you have an angel. And she is basically this gentleman's servant in the afterlife. She helps guide him through this whole experience. So both The Good Place and Upload have different rules for the afterlife. And one of the main rules of The Good Place is that you have to have earned enough points in your living life to get into the good place. And almost no one can actually get into the good place because it takes being a really, really, really good person. And so you can see here in the image at the top, you can see that singing to a child will get you a certain amount of points. Ending slavery obviously gives you a ton more points. But if you ruin an opera with boorish behavior, that causes negative points. And there are lots of other things that you could think of that might give you positive or negative. And that's the main rule of The Good Place. Whereas Upload, you actually just pay to be in this afterlife. So you could be a really horrible person, but have lots and lots of money, and you still have this wonderful afterlife if you choose to pay for it. So the shows are very different in that way. And the afterlife is actually the setting of the afterlife is different in both shows as well. In Upload, it's set in the future. Okay, so you can see in that middle picture that he's using some futuristic computer, so the technology is very different. They have VR glasses all the time. It's also set in this very beautiful environment. Okay, everything is perfect because the people are paying for it. Whereas in The Good Place, the afterlife is very fantasy. Anything can happen. Janet can make people fly. But it's also it's very weird. It's very strange and unexpected. So instead of ice cream shops, you can look at the first picture, instead of ice cream shops, they have frozen yogurt. So things are a little off, and that helps. It adds to the twists of the show. All right, that's my presentation. In summary, I analyzed the characters of The Good Place, the rules involved in the afterlife, and the setting and the environment of the afterlife. Thank you.